Compton in the house.
Without a doubt.
It's 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 Compton in the house.
Without a doubt.
Yes, it is. Look at that thumbnail and study that motherfucker. Did you see Blind Flores and Tua apart as a defensive coordinator, head coach would usually be with a quarterback? And then did you see the difference? Did you see the difference in Mike McDaniel and Tua hugging and kissing and jacking each other off and whispering sweet nothings and all things are good? Last time I checked, Brian Flores last year was 9-8. Mike McDaniel's first year was 9-8. Can't wait to compare the two. Compare and contrast like we're in school again. This is one of Coach JB's daily rants. Stay tuned. This is Tua versus Flores, round one. Hopefully there's a round two when Flores comes out and tells his side of the story, because there's always not only one, not two, but three sides to each story. And I can't wait to dive into this one. You don't want to miss it. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member, as we'll be back the 26th, full go, live again. You don't want to miss this one. Yes, indeed. We got a big one for you today, man. That's what she said. Listen, yesterday I had a viral tweet about Tua. I got a new fan base called the Miami Dolphins, and they're along with the Queendoms and the Buffalo Mafia, Bills Mafia. Probably, I think I have the Baltimore Ravens, even though I had Patrick Queen on the show 3 times during his tenure at the Ravens. But real recognizes real, and we're not pussies over here. But anyway, the game has gotten soft. There's no question. The game has changed. There's no question. But people accepting the soft changes is what gets me to this day. The people who change to become soft is what gets me to this day. People shouldn't change, people, because of a tweet or because of a narrative that's being pushed by media or your homies, or you saw a trending tweet or TikTok, or because somebody told them to change. No, they should change because they do a deep dive research that individual does, him or herself, not because somebody said so. When I say the game has gotten softer, it has. Tom Brady thinks so. Aaron Rodgers thinks so. Troy Aikman thinks so. Steve Young thinks so. All the coaches think so. Hence why Nick Saban got out. Hence why Bill Belichick is no longer coaching. Hence why Coach K left Duke. You see the pussification of America right before our very eyes, but you don't want to admit it. See, these are facts, people, not speculation. It's not a random act of God that these guys got out of coaching because of what the fuck it's turned into. Now, the game changing is due to so-called rules to allow playing safer, which is a bold-faced lie, as we know. Roger Goodell lies daily to keep corporate sponsors happy. BLM, LGBTQ written in the end zones, flag football Pro Bowls. When you push these agendas and still make money, guess what it does? It affects the product. The product is the players on the field who start to believe this is the way it should be. Less work, more money. Less hitting, play more. No, it's a fallacy. You've been lied to because you didn't do a deep dive research and you changed your entire persona, ideology, philosophy overnight because somebody lied to you and you sold out. You sold your integrity for $1. You lost your integrity. You're now no longer a man of integrity. You now don't stand on business. Your word is no longer bond, which is all we have when we leave this great earth, is our word, our integrity, and our character. Contrary to belief, whether you like, disrespect, or not a person, guess what? I'm going to die with my face down and my ass up so you all can kiss it. I don't give a fuck. I know what I am. These people know what they are. I love when people say, you know who I am? You know what I say? I know what you are. Fuck who you are. I know what you are, motherfucker. See, that's the problem we have. We were lied to. There was 900 injuries last year in so-called the safest football era of all time. We had the most injuries of all time. Fact, not speculation. Go look it up. Do a deep dive. You don't play preseason games anymore. Fact. If you are a quarterback or some sort of star, you just don't play. You've made the kickoff rule so embarrassing that I can't watch it. The quarterback cannot be hit anymore, as if he is a separate part of the game. And now you have about a 14-inch window on a human body moving 18 to 20 miles an hour on where it is legal to actually strike that person. 14-inch window, about right here. Which biomechanically is not humanly possible, people. So therefore, we have created a narrative that we can play less, be safer, and make more money. All fallacy. But now we've trained the brain. We've changed the youth, the Pop Warner, the high school level, the college level to transfer more, get more money somewhere else, get yelled at less, don't have to sit behind anyone, and don't have to compete anymore. We've created this. We've trained this. We've ingrained this into our youth, our youngsters, our players. Where my day, we wanted to go out and beat the best out. My dad wouldn't have let me do anything otherwise. We had a dad in the house that was willing to beat that ass. If you came home and said, I lost the fight, guess what? You're going to go back and fight him again until you win. That's how I was raised. We've created a narrative. We've ingrained it in our bodies, and now we've created a weak mind. Not a mentally healthy, unhealthy mind. Not a mental wellness check. Fuck all that. You've created mentally weak humans, homie. You have created mentally weak individuals, and you've given them a crutch for mental health as an excuse. Now we can demand trades. We can hold sit-in, sit-outs. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. We can now have sit-ins, sit-outs. So I can be at practice, walking around, chilling, but not practice, and it's okay. My players allow it in the jersey swap era. My teammates have allowed it. My coaches have allowed it. In our era, my coaches would have cussed us out to get the fuck out of there. Our players would have beat our ass to get the fuck out of there, or we would have beat their ass, because why the fuck is you here? You don't want to be here, homie. Games change. I get it. It's a business, JB. You're old man on the porch yelling at the clouds. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, my head will be down and my ass will be up when I go to die. We got duped. Y'all got fucking fooled and boom-bazzled. And now you're teaching and training your kids to do the same thing that you were lied about these situations. You were lied to, and you're teaching your kids lies. And now we've created generation after generation of soft pussies. The last time I checked, Tom Brady is the GOAT of rings, and he played every single summer in camp. He played in preseason games and up to year 20. Tua is the focus of this rant. Tua played his college days for a guy named Nick Saban, who gets after his players. He's notoriously known for cussing people out, as I am. Nick Saban told me personally, if they filmed me for 8 hours a day, I would be jobless. And he goes, I'm glad you got to show what we really do on a daily basis, hourly basis, a minute basis. He thanked me personally. True story. Now, Tua comes out and tells on his first NFL head coach, Brian Flores, on an interview with Dan Le Batard. He sounds like a snitch who just told on his homie so he wouldn't have to go to jail. This is my point on the softness that has been not only allowed, but created. We now coach softness instead of tough skin. We now endorse this pussy behavior instead of correct it, discipline it, and forbid it. I had this viral tweet yesterday, and like I said, I have a newfound fan base in Miami, Dolphin Dick Riders Club. They now hate me along with the Queendom, the Bills Mafia, and I believe one other fan base out there called the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson and all this stuff. Like I said, even though I had Patrick McQueen on the show 3 times during his tenure with the Ravens, but apparently the Ravens didn't like me. So again, real recognizes real. I said that we have to whisper sweet nothings in these pussies' ears and no longer can criticize them anymore. We can't shop quarterbacks on the job anymore. The player feels betrayed and he's up in his feelings and he feels a certain type of way because Flores was looking to trade for Deshaun Watson Tua's rookie year. So all this dick-riding fanboys defending Tua just aren't very smart. They took my tweet and used it against me as if I really was losing this battle on Twitter. They're like, Coach, you sound dumb. He played for Nick Saban. How is he soft? People on Twitter are just not very smart. Let's start right there. First of all, I said, if you guys were fine with Nick Saban cussing Tua out, but now are defending him when he cries about Brian Flores coaching him hard in the man's league like a man who needs to win a game on the road in December in weather which will be below 40 degrees, should be coached. We'll get to that point later. Then you're an oxymoron. You fucking don't understand. You're not very bright. You're okay with him getting cussed out by Nick Saban because he's winning natties. Remember, winning cures all things. But now he comes out and snitches on a coach that's not there to defend himself, and y'all defend that. Make it make sense. It's okay to be yelled at by Nick Saban as long as you win, but now when you come out and cry like a bitch about a coach who's in the man's league now, not in college no more, you're in the NFL, you've actually gone up a step, cusses you out, demands to trade for someone else, doesn't like you as his quarterback, guess what? Tough shit. This is what the man's league's about. It's a business, as we just said. By the way, he got cussed out by a guy who demanded a guy to win in below 40-degree weather on the road in December, which is needed to win a Super Bowl ultimately. FYI, Tua is 0-11 in those situations. So maybe Flores understood how to beat his mentor Bill Belichick in the cold weather up in New England. Oh, I think he won his last 3 versus Belichick as head coach at Miami. But now people saying that I said Tua is soft because how can he be soft, JB? He played for Saban. I said, holy shit, people. You think those are mutually exclusive? No. He's crying about a coach who no longer coaches him, who's not there to defend him on the set of Dan Le Batard's video. Now playing for someone winning natties is okay, and winning cures all things. But when you play for a guy who cusses at you in the man's league, now you got to defend the guy. Oh, Tua, it's okay. It's okay, Tua. You're actually crying for a dude who's 0-11 on the road, who's 1-6 versus teams over 500 down the stretch those last 2 seasons, and who signed a $200+ million contract. You're crying and defending this pussy? Listen, I like Tua. I like his whole family. I love Usos. He's a great human being. But doesn't mean he's a good football player. It doesn't mean he's a good quarterback. It doesn't mean he's tough and he's going to win in the cold weather down the stretch. That's what the NFL's about, results-oriented business. He looks pretty, though, in 80-degree weather in Miami against teams below a 500 record. Looks great. I think he's 10 or 11-1 versus those guys. But 1-6 versus guys over 500 and 0-11 on the road in weather under 40 degrees. Make it make sense. But, you know, what do I know? Let's take a listen at the video that sparked my viral tweet.
The difference in practical terms between having a coach who did believe in you the way that he did, and the difference between that and what was happening with Flores.
Yeah. Well, to put it in simplest terms, if you woke up every morning and I told you you suck at what you did, that you don't belong.
Let me pause it right there. Again, back to the point of we've allowed and created pussies. Okay? He just said if you woke up every day and had to be told that you're not very good at your job, blah, 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 it would wear on you. Or if you look at my generation and why I'm doing this rant, we were told that every day, son. And we couldn't cry about it and bitch and moan. You know what we had to do? We actually had to prove the person telling us that wrong. And go drop our nuts and develop and create some tough skin. This is the point of this whole thing. Y'all really endorse this and believe in hope too. Oh my God. First of all, he looked like a snitch. Number one. Number two, how about you have that conversation with Flores right there so Flores can say, come on, Tua, you know damn well that wasn't the case. Why do all his players on defense love him? But all of a sudden, the pretty boy quarterback who got $200 million now can come out on Dan Le Batard, who's a fuckstick, and come out on a video and make it go viral and bash this man who left there because he actually had integrity and the owner actually fucked him. And guess what? They tried to blackball the guy, and now you're going to throw salt on the wound. I lost respect for you, Tua, for this reason. Because at the end of the day, you sound like a fucking pussy, homie. He told you you were good at your job? No, you're not. The truth hurts. As a rookie, you fucking threw 8 touchdowns and 11 interceptions or some shit. The next year, you didn't do much better. You weren't very good, homie. So he tried to trade for Deshaun Watson. Guess what that is? Called business. But it's okay in the business world to get $200 million for doing absolutely fucking nothing, right? Okay to go 0-11 on the road in 40 degrees or less weather and get $200 million. That's business, right? But when you go 0-11 and my head coach cusses you out and tells you we're trading for you, then it's no longer business. Now it's a fucking filling game. Oh, I feel sorry for you, Tua. You fucking pussies out here, homie. That's why our kids are soft. This is why the game is soft, and this is why you've allowed it and created it. You haven't coached it or disciplined it or fucking forbid it. Listen to the rest of this pussy's ass interview.
Doing what you do, that you shouldn't be here, that this guy should be here, that you haven't earned this right. And then you have somebody else come in and tell you, dude, you are the best fit for this. Like, you are accurate, you are the best whatever, you are this, you are that. Like, how would it make you feel listening to one or the other? You see what I'm saying? And then you hear.
I actually would thrive off the other. I would actually thrive off the guy telling me to get off my shit. I would actually thrive on saying that you're not shit. Sorry, that's me. That's how I was raised. See the difference in what the fuck I'm talking about? This has nothing to do with this video. It has something to do with you allowing this shit. This is something to do with the creation of pussies in America. I was raised by the first guy. Y'all were raised by McDaniel, the second guy. And everybody out here feels sorry for a motherfucker making $200 million who wouldn't give him shirt off his back for you, dumb fucks. But yet you care so much about him. A guy that's 0-11 on the road, 1-6 versus teams over 500, yet you want to fucking cry him a river. But then this guy says the game has softened.
Tom said it's like dumbing down the game almost because it's the scheme making plays as opposed to the players having to do it. It sounds like you agree with that type of thing, right?
Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, that's that's a scheme. And listen, I think one thing that was interesting that Nick Saban said last night, because obviously I was watching Peyton and Eli and wishing that you'd been on there.
Oh, thanks, man. It's very nice.
But I did enjoy the guests they had, especially. I mean, I'm a big Chris Long fan, so I love having him on there. And I know you're a fan as well. He's a good man, but having Nick.
Look at that slapdick whiskey right there. Look at that slapdick whiskey right there. Shout out to Pat and the slapdick whiskey back in the day. Let me remove this.
I thought was really interesting that he said was he was talking about college offense.
Shout out for that slapdick whiskey. But anyway, Tom Brady came out and also said this.
If the coach was going to be hard on me, I was going to accept the difficult coaching because I needed to hear it. And again, it motivated me. And there was a lot of players on our team that would see me get coached hard and that they would say, okay, I got to step my game up because I don't want to get yelled at. Tom's getting yelled at. I don't want to get yelled at. Yeah. How do I up my game? And I think that's what accountability looks like. And you can't be.
No, you know what accountability looks like? 7-time Super Bowl champ, 3-time NFL MVP, the GOAT. He's okay with getting coached hard, but now all of a sudden a guy who's fucking done nothing, who's got a noodle arm, who's fucking horribly late with balls past 30 yards, who can't throw the ball in the cold weather, who can't win a game on the road, who can't beat a team above 500, all of a sudden is the guy that we have to coddle and cater to. Two of these guys talking about dumbing the game down for these dumbass kids who don't want to invest in this game anymore, who's a blatant slap in our face. Then the other one's talking about how this game has gotten softer because cats can't get yelled at by the coaches anymore. Because why? They'll transfer into college, transfer portal. They'll demand a trade in the NFL, or they'll come to a podcast after the fact when the other grown man in the room's not even there to defend himself. And then Tom Brady said this.
College programs. Now they're college teams. You're no longer learning a program, you're learning a playbook. And the program is ultimately, like at Michigan, for me, that was a pro-style program. 5 years I got to learn how to drop back pass, to read defenses, to read coverages, to be coached. I had to learn from being 7th quarterback on the depth chart to moving up to 3rd to ultimately being a starter. I had to learn all those things in college. That was development. Then I went to New England and I was developed by Coach Belichick and the offensive staff there. I didn't start my first year. I think it's just a tragedy that we're forcing these rookies to play early. But the reality is the only reason why they are is because we dumb the game.
What do I know? I only said this for the last 4 years. But what do I know? Hand signal everything in, go fast, and then guess what? Get paid more money, but no less. No less. Let's see. Let's break this play down real quick. Jordan. So I want to break this down. This is 21 personnel right here, okay? Tight end up top, number 11, Edelman or whoever that is up top. Down here on the bottom's a receiver, fullback, tailback, all right? So you see the box by the Steelers. You see the box here. Count the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys basically around the line of scrimmage, okay? 9 guys. Tom Brady don't like that. Tom Brady and the New England Patriots practice all week long. We're going to get this great defense in Pittsburgh out of their comfort zone. Why would I run 21 personnel down their throat? But now, guess what? I have a quarterback that actually does this. Not having to take a timeout and do that. Now, show me right now today any of these quarterbacks doing that type of shit. Please do it. I'll wait. Because I broke down, I got DB Sport. I broke down the last 4 years of these quarterbacks and why I keep telling you the product's watered down. Why do JB keep saying the game has changed? It starts by being a pussy, being able to be coached hard, and then it begins and it ends with the quarterback in the room first and leaves last. No longer happens. We rather pay you upfront generational wealth money. You don't have to win us games. You don't have to win on the road. You don't have to win in cold weather. You don't have to check out of shit. We're going to give you the play. Don't just run it. Go look at Lamar Jackson. Go look at these guys that come out here and sit there and go, okay, let's get out of this. Let's change the protection from Lou to Roger. Let's change the protection from Roger to Lake. Let's get up here and ID the mic here and then re-ID it over here. Let's move my running back over here out of my throwing hand because he's hot and I'm going to throw him the ball. No, you don't see it anymore. Stop. Stop debating me. Show me. All you got to do is show me, homie. Don't tell me shit, you fucking casual know-it-alls. Show me. You can't show me because it ain't happening. We've softened the game. We've dumbed the game. And now all these pussies on ESPN, Ryan Clark, and all these fucks want to come out and say, oh, we haven't dumbed that game. Motherfucker, please. Yes, you have. You ain't getting dissected anymore by no goddamn quarterbacks at the line of scrimmage like Peyton Manning used to do, Aaron Rodgers does, fucking Tom Brady did, Eli Manning did, Big Ben did. Get the fuck out of here. Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Terry Bradshaw, Troy Aikman, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Big Ben. They could all get cussed out by their coach. And they all won Super Bowls. Multiple ones. But now we make excuses for a guy who's 0-11 on the fucking road in cold games? Wow! How soft we have become. It's a goddamn shame. And I'll end this fucking rant like this. All these dick riders defending Tua, defending McDaniel, and against Brian Flores. Listen, I'm not a Brian Flores guy. I'm not defending Brian Flores. All I know is I like old school coaching. I like men coaching in the men's league. But I'm an asshole. I came out as the asshole again because I said fuck catering to $200 million pussies. Let's make them sweat a little, walk on eggshells a little, win some fucking games when it matters a little. Then we can cry. Then you can cry for the motherfucker. This guy got a concussion. Then he got another concussion. He was defended at an all-time high. Oh, my God, Tua, you save him, save Tua. And now he's a pussy and coming out snitching on motherfuckers, and now he's getting defended even more. Tua can't do wrong. He sure can't do right either on the field. Motherfucker can't goddamn win a game when it matters. I know that. I said look at the results. That's all that you got to do. They either lose in the first round or don't make the playoffs. That's really the common denominator under Brian Flores, under Mike McDaniel. There's really no comparison. Let's compare the two. Flores is a defensive coach. Don't compare him to Mike McDaniel, who's an offensive analyst guy who got the job. And please, all you fucking naysayers out here who want to bash Brian Flores and tell me that the statistics have gotten better under Mike McDaniel, an offensive quarterback guy, by the way, compared to how they were with a defensive guy in Brian Flores, well, let's compare the two. Anybody in this chat right now can drop who the two receivers were when Brian Flores was the head coach with Tua. I'll give him some fucking free book signed right now. Go ahead. Go right now. Give me who the fucking receivers were in 2020. Tua's rookie year with Brian Flores. Go. You guys are taking too fucking long. It was fucking Devontae Parker and Preston fucking Williams. Oh, the tight end was some dude named Durham Smythe. And the running back, I believe, was Gaskin. So let's go forward, 2021. Oh, they got a guy named Waddle, who was a rookie. And guess what? The Dolphins actually improved their record and went 9-8. Third in the AFC East. Waddle actually had 100 catches. 104, I believe. Now, Brian Flores, 9-8, third in the AFC East, isn't good enough, gets fired. Guess what? 2022 comes. Guess what happens? Oh, they get Tyreek Hill. So now they got Tyreek Hill, Waddle. They get a guy named A-Chain, and they got a guy named Mostert, who I believe led the NFL in touchdowns by a non-quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. That's a hell of a weapon to have to a quarterback who's left-handed, who's got a weak noodle arm, who can rely on the running back getting him the rock really quickly, isn't it? Then you put two guys that are fastest guys in the NFL in space, and guess what? I could throw fucking banana balls up there all day long to Tyreek Hill. But let's break this down. So, what was McDaniel's record with those weapons? Oh, 9-8, third in the AFC East. Oh, the same record as Brian Flores. But guess what? Tua was happy. No stress. He was being told sweet nothings instead of having a coach yell at him. Aw, yay! Now maybe this year we can jack him off and win a game in cold weather. I don't know. It's ironic how this shit works. But listen, man, another daily rant. Appreciate you guys. Pound that like. We'll see you on the 26th. I'll be back later this week for some more daily rants. Tuesday the 20th. Shout out to everybody out there. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member. And like I said, stop pussying up the game. This is a game that's supposed to be played by men. Gladiators. But now when you let women play it and coach it, guess what? You're probably not going to be playing gladiator sport anymore. Just food for thought is what it is. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. See you on the other side. Peace.